Hi, I'm Louise Aubery, your host, and I'm glad to present you this new episode of the Lights on Women's Worth podcast by L'Oréal Paris. Enjoy! Welcome, Asia!
So lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm really glad to welcome you on the Lights on Women's Worth podcasts. And the first question I want to ask you is, do you remember the first time you were under the spotlight?
Yeah, so the first time that I was really under the spotlight, I would have to say would be like my first television opportunity that I got, which was an episode of Blue Bloods. And I just recently graduated grad school and was just really excited to be living in New York and living the dream and everything. And when I got this job, I was terrified because it was my first time on camera, but everyone was so kind to me and so warm and welcoming that I was able to really remember like, oh yeah, like I belong here. This is what I'm meant to be doing. That was like my first like foray into doing TV and feeling like I can do this.
I love that. How did you feel when you became, a spokesperson for L'Oréal Paris? Because I know representation matters a lot to you. So how did you feel?
I mean, I'll never forget the day that I got the call that they had chosen me to be a brand ambassador with them. It was out of this world. It was so amazing. And it was so meaningful for me because growing up, like, it was the makeup that I bought. It was the makeup that I watched my mother put on. So it just felt like a really full circle moment. And in terms of representation, it reinforced for me this beautiful idea that I could be part of someone else's vision board in a sense to let them know like you can achieve this too. Like you can look like me and be from where I am from and aspire to this and it can actually happen. So I mean I always say like L'Oréal Paris, they really by embracing me kind of made my dreams come true and allowed me to really just fully stand and believe in my worth.
And you talked about worth in the Lessons of Worth video with L'Oréal Paris, and you do a masterclass about self-confidence. And, seeing you now, you feel very confident, but I know it has not always been the case. So what advice would you give to the, young woman watching us? What helped you personally gain confidence?
I think for me personally, what helps me to gain confidence is to remember that so many people don't feel confident ever. Like you are not alone in not feeling confident, but it is overcoming that and watching other people overcome it as well that can hopefully remind you that even in these moments that you don't feel confident, that will pass and you will feel confident again. And you just have to keep giving yourself the opportunity and chance to be more than all the ideas of what you can't be. Like every voice in your head telling you that you can't have something or can't achieve something. You basically have to say, and I hope this is okay, F that. and I can achieve this. I can do that. I can believe in myself. And I always think, we live in a world full of no's. We have to be our first yes. We can't add to the chorus of voices saying you can't be something. We have to be the first ones to tell ourselves that we can. So even in those lowest of low moments, you have to say, okay, this too will pass. And I can achieve something beyond this feeling right now.
Yeah, and I feel like it's super helpful to, have people like you and great actresses talking about it openly. Because, I feel like we always feel we are alone in that self-depreciating moment.
Yes.
And I feel like when we realize, actually, we're all facing the same doubts,
Yes.
It really helps overcome it.
It really does. It's like we're all struggling. Everyone is going on their own journey of trying to defeat that part of themselves that says like, oh, you can never have that or you don't deserve to try to have that. And it's like once we give ourselves permission to say, I do deserve to try and other people are going through this too and I am not alone, I think it makes us feel stronger because then somehow we're being more seen.
For sure. And it's especially hard for women in the filmmaking industry. And that is why L'Oréal Paris created the Lights on Women's Worth Award. Why do you feel it is important?
I think it's so important because in the same terms of inclusivity and diversity, like if you don't see it, how will you ever know it's possible? So what's so great about the Lights on Women Award is like, not only the access and the opportunity and I think, the winner is given like 20,000 euros as well to just promote more opportunities for them in their work, but the mentorship, the accessibility of getting to talk to other women and peers that have gone through this process and can help give you ideas so you can learn how to create even more or learn who to connect with to create more possibilities for yourself. These industries can feel so limiting because we have no idea how they work and all the many opportunities behind the camera that women could be doing, but how would you ever know about it if you don't have an opportunity to learn about it? And that's what's so great about this award, because it highlights so much of all the many facets that women deserve to be a part of.
Who are your own mentors?
Oh, well, my mentor, my mother, for one, is someone who actually works in this industry and who has always pushed me to believe that I deserve to have a place here. But then, of course, Viola Davis is a really big mentor of mine. She's just always been so wonderful and kind to me and really honest about what this industry looks like and also about what she wants it to look like and how that vision just includes all of us and is so much about opportunity. So yeah, I feel like I've been really lucky, the women I've been able to connect with on this career path, because they've been so inspiring to me and have been so open and willing to give me information. Like, and information is actually such a key thing, because, without that, like, if you don't know about it, again, like if you don't see it, how can you become it? How can you believe in it? So yeah, it's really powerful to just be around so many great women.
Knowledge is power. Yes, knowledge is power.
It truly is.
And Viola Davis, no spoiler, is coming on this podcast.
Of course
So yeah, I'll ask her about you as well. But can you share with us the most precious lesson she taught you?
There's been so many. There's really been so many. I'm like, the most precious. I feel like probably the most precious thing that she has taught me has been about like believing in our own beauty. Like, even when you may feel like others can't see it, we have to see it ourselves. We have to believe in it ourselves. And then we also have to defy anyone who tries to make us feel small or not beautiful, and like being able to hold on to that and believe in that, especially in a very difficult industry, is crucial to being able to last, to being able to have that staying power to be here.
I love that. Thank you. And thank you, Viola.
Yes,
waiting for you. What is your favorite L'Oréal Paris moment during the Cannes Film Festival?
I think it's the connection, getting to see everyone, like getting to see all the other ambassadors here, everyone just looking so beautiful and feeling so wonderful. It just, I don't know, it lights something up inside of you. And then just being here at the festival, like the energy, the people walking in the streets, the excitement, enthusiasm for filmmakers and for artists that they admire. And it's such a global festival, like, so to see people from all over the world coming here, it just reminds me of how connected we all are and how wonderful that feels to be so connected, especially in art and beauty and the glamour of it. And like, we all want to be a part of it, and we all want to feel like we belong. And yeah, and that it just, yeah, I really love that.
I love the fact that during the Cannes Film Festival, we all know actors, through the screen. And we actually get to meet them and, talk with them, and as we are doing today, and like discover the real you.
Yes.
And that's always something I feel like it's so cool and precious.
Yeah.
Because we always see you through the lens of your characters.
Exactly.
But we get to see you now. I love that. I know you have a drama degree from Yale University.
Yes.
For the young people watching us right now who want to become an actor or an actress, what advice would you give them?
I think the biggest piece of advice I would tell a young artist right now is that there is no one path to achieve your dreams. Like, I was so lucky that I got to go to school and experience this program because I had a wonderful time there and great teachers and classmates that I loved dearly. But I think the world is changing so much with social media and our phones. Like everyone is carrying a camera. Everyone is carrying everything that they need in order to create. And I really believe in allowing your artistry to shine, like no matter what means you have to go through. Like school might not be right for everyone, or it's like maybe you want to like move to New York or move to Paris and shoot your short, so it's like just follow your intuition, follow your creative path, and abandon the idea that there's only one way to get there.
When did you realize that?
I think I realized that with just kind of the onset of social media. I look at people like Issa Rae and how she had her own like YouTube channel and was creating the series of Awkward Black Girl before she had Insecure. And I feel like that was, to me, kind of the call of like, oh, like there's so many ways to do this now. You can be a creative without having to, follow like whatever certain forms people felt you had to follow in the past, and it's really cool to see artists. I mean, you see it too with like TikTok and everything, like people just feeling the freedom to like create stories, create narratives, create characters, and it's really enjoyable to see how fulfilling that has been for people to just have these outlets and create so much. I mean, it's fascinating, actually.
Yeah. It's true that creation is becoming more and more accessible.
Yes.
Yeah, through our phones. If you could meet the young Asia, maybe let's say she's 18, she's about to go to university, what would you tell her?
Oh, it's like I would tell her no spoilers, but
You're doing good, girl. You're doing great.
You're well on your way.
Were you stressed or like insecure, as this is such, a tough industry to be in?
Yes. And I have to say, when it comes to insecurity and confidence, it's not all upward trajectory. Like that just wouldn't be real. That wouldn't be human, I do try to ground myself in the things that I think are really important and really matter, so that no matter what's happening career-wise, like I have like that foundation for my mental health and well-being, to be able to like pause and take time with myself and meditate or just take a walk in nature, play with my child, like those things that are very grounding. But like just that understanding that like, especially with this industry, there are going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be hills and valleys, and you just have to be so resilient and persistent and passionate about wanting to be a part of this, wanting to create however, in whatever way it may become able to manifest, your artistry. Like you can't lose sight of that. And because at the end of the day, like there's so much with this industry that is requiring outside approval, like for someone to give you a job or for someone to like, buy your script or something like that. Like, but when you find those little things inside, like if you want to shoot a video on your phone, like shoot that video on your phone. Like if that's editing, that's going to give you some joy, or like writing something for yourself is going to give you joy. Like we used to, back at school, friends would write things and we would just gather together and read it out loud, like just for the fun of hearing it and playing with it. Like collaborate with the artists that and create something, like, but do it for yourself, because that's what's going to give you the longevity in this. Like when you're fulfilling your own needs and not waiting for that outside approval.
Joy is the driver.
Yes.
I have a little gift for you.
Oh.
Actually 3.
What? I get presents.
But you only get to choose one.
Oh.
So each... I love that. Main character energy.
It's like...
Each envelope holds a memory from your career and your life. And you get to choose one.
Okay.
Which one do you choose?
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm just going to go for the middle.
So I don't even know which one you are picking as well. That's the real surprise.
I love it. Oh,
I love that. That's from the défilé.
Yes.
Walk Your Worth.
Oh, I love this so much.
Do you remember it?
Of course I do.
Was it the first time you were on a podium? Like,
It was not. I mean, I've been with L'Oreal for a while, so I've been very lucky to walk my worth with them many times now. But I did love this shot. I loved this because this was under the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
So this was
Right.
a really
Yeah.
mind-blowingly epic moment. I mean, just
How do you feel when you are on that stage? Because I feel like it's very different from being, behind a camera.
yes.
But at the same time, it's not something you do every day. So, like, who are you? Like, are you Asia? Do you play a character?
No, I think in this moment, I'm very much myself. Like I was going to say, it feels free. It feels so free. You're just out in the open air and you're walking up there and you just feel so beautiful and truly yourself. Like all the best parts of myself have just like come together in this moment and I'm walking and I just feel like I could fly. I feel so free.
I love that. I felt it. I felt it in my skin.
I love
Thank you so much. Well, I have a last question for you. You can give me that. I keep those memories. As we are on the Lights on Women's Worth podcast,
Yes.
what do you want to shed the light on?
I want to shed the light on, and I think we need to continue to shed the light on, the importance of this Lights on Women, to just continue to highlight how many more places women should be able to take up and make an impact in this industry, especially. And I was having this conversation recently with someone. It's like, I've never worked with a woman DP. Like, cinematographers, who are such an important part of the process visually, what everything looks like and feels like when it comes to creating in this visual arena. And it's like, we definitely still need more women directors and creatives and producers and executives, but also like really cinematographers. Like I want to see more of that. It's such a fascinating and integral part of it. And I'm just thinking back over my career, like I can't believe I've never worked with a female DP.
I hope, people hear your message.
Yes.
I'm sure they will.
So too.
Thank you so much, Ija. I had a great time talking with you. And
I love talking with you.
enjoy your new Cannes Film Festival.
I shall. Thank you so much.
Thank you.